I would like to acknowledge that this video is being filmed on the traditional lands of the Wurrundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to their elders past and present, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islander or First Nations people who may be watching this video today. Hi everyone, welcome to another reading vlog, especially another reading vlog where I start with wet hair, because of course I am. Anyway, this is going to be the start of my Cat Sebastian reading vlog, and this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to do it over consecutive days. I'm kind of going to read a couple of Cat Sebastian books every other day or so. So I thought I would just start it now. It is a Monday night and it was a good day, but I'm very tired. I did have PT this afternoon and may or may not have had a little emotional breakdown over something that I couldn't do. So that was fun. But bless my personal trainer, she's awesome. And she's just like, just stop, don't put pressure on yourself, you're fine. That's been my afternoon and evening. I went and got myself some takeout for dinner just so I could chill out. And I'm about to start reading, but I thought because I actually have mail today that I would share with you what I got in the mail. So this first box is from Pete Cromer. Now, Pete Cromer is an artist here. He does all sorts of things. You guys have seen my little druids on my bookshelf, the little funny little figurines, and he was having a sale, so I decided to buy a few more things. I got 2 more mugs. So I have, you know, the whole Australian animal, well, not the whole Australian animal collection. I have most of them. I've got about 10 mugs. But I wanted the panda one, and I also wanted the tiger one. The panda one because I just like pandas and I love this collage, and tigers because tigers are one of my favorite animals. Tigers and wolves, top animals. So this is the tiger mug, and it repeats the pattern, repeats the print on the other side. And this is the panda mug, and it's awesome. So I've got to figure out a way to fit those on my mug shelf because I already have way too many mugs for one person, but I couldn't pass them up, especially since I got a discount on them. And then we have my druids, which I bought a miscellaneous misc pack of small ones. So there's 3 in the pack, and then I chose a big one because I like to group them with a big one and 3 small ones. And here's my little thank you card with a frilled neck lizard. That is also awesome. Let's move some of these boxes, shall we? So the druid that I picked up, and I don't know if you can see, but he has little colorful hearts. And I know it's not the complete pride rainbow, but you know, this is my little pride month druid. And then these are my 3 mystery ones. I'm gonna focus. He's so cute. Oh, I'm getting lots of brightly colored ones. I love them. All right, I'm gonna go put them on the shelf. All right, so here they are, my new little druid family, which now they're above this little druid family, and this little druid family, and this little druid family. Another set over here. I just love collecting them. They look so cute. So every now and then I just buy another little family set to put somewhere on my bookshelves. Although now I've probably got to find somewhere to put them in my apartment because I'm running out of shelves to put them on that don't already have other stuff. The other thing that arrived was my Eco Modern Essentials Aromatherapy Ritual box. So I'm very excited to see what's in here because this box looks bigger than normal. Oh, there's a little voucher for Naked Wines, which I won't be using just because I don't drink wine. This is cool. So there's an actual kitchen brush. This is probably why the box is so big. Okay, look at this. It's a big, giant glass pump bottle. Oh, and we have a bottle of Castile soap. So I'm assuming that there is a DIY recipe for making maybe a hand soap. Normally all their little cards and information-y things are on the top, but this time they weren't. Okay. Oh no, so the DIY is a resilience oil. Okay, and that makes sense because there are 3 oil dropper bottles in here. So that'll be good to use those. So this is the Resilience Ritual box. Hand wash, Aromatherapy Rituals hand wash. Okay. So there is some recipes and things for making hand wash and for floor mops and things with aches and pains and just generally dealing with the colder season. So that's really cool. I haven't seen these bottles, but I will find a use for it. Holy moly, we have 8 oils. Okay. Oh, well, one's a rollerball. Okay, so we have a Happy Head Rollerball. I have this as an essential oil, I think, maybe. And this is, you know, mostly peppermint. So what is it? Peppermint, lavender, eucalyptus, and a few other bits and pieces. So this is a really good one. I might take this one into work. So we have one of the Eco Littles Sniffles blend. I've started taking the Eco Littles into the classroom because I have a diffuser in the classroom, and so I use these ones instead of the full strength ones because these are designed for use with kids. There is the Detox blend, cinnamon, clove bud. This one is oregano, eucalyptus, one of my faves, tea tree, also one of my favorites, and also whole leaf. So that's really awesome. This is a really great box. I'm very pleased with that, and to have the liquid Castile soap. I do like this box because I like making my own gifts at the end of the year. But I guess what I should do now is figure out which Cat Sebastian book I'm going to start with. And I think I'm going to start with A Little Light Mischief. It's fairly short, and I don't know anything about it. So let's find out, shall we? All right, so it's book 3.5 in a series. Trust me to start somewhere not at the start of a series. And it looks like it is a sapphic historical romance. Oh, what are some keywords that I see from this synopsis? Someone's a thief, there is a house party, whole lot of mischief. Sounds like a perfectly good Monday night read, to be very honest. Let's get to reading.
I'm used to give all I have. I'm used to get nothing back. Wherever I go, it's the same. There's no excuses, no one to blame. Sometimes I can understand how it can be so hard to stay out of pain. But with you, everything has changed. Even though we both stay the same. Would you call me on the midnight train? Would you come on?
So that was very cute. A Little Light Mischief is about Molly Wilkins, who is a lady's maid, and Alice Stapleton, who is a lady's companion, and they spend their day together, usually in the same room, while Alice is sewing. And Alice has become a lady's companion because she's been turned out by her father, who is a vicar and is not very nice, and she had been subjected to some indecent exposure by a gentleman, and then it was blamed on her that she was having an affair with him. So she was ruined and her father sent her away. Anyway, she becomes very intrigued by Molly, and one night she notices that Molly has slipped out of the house, and so she follows her, and she discovers that Molly has a secret. And then they end up going away with the lady of the house to a house party, and they end up having to share a room and only one bed, which is always a good time. And they learn a little bit more about each other and, you know, admit some of their feelings for one another. There's also some thieving and some really great scenes of women standing up for themselves against men. So I very much appreciated this. I will check in with you the next time I pick up a Cat Sebastian book. Hi everyone, happy Friday. It is like 8:30 p.m. It's been a week, and I'll probably fill you in a little bit more tomorrow. But for now, I am going to start reading very soon. Yeah, I'm going to start It Takes Two to Tumble, which is the Sound of Music, queer Sound of Music retelling historical romance. So that's exciting. But before I head over to the couch to read, I thought I would show you some mail that came this week. So there is my physical copy of Always Practice Apex by Juliet Cross. Very excited to have this. I want to desperately want to reread this and annotate it. I also got a package from CM Nascosta because I am one of their Patreons. Totally forgot that this was part of my perks. I got a physical copy of Parties Girls Weekend Volume 2, which is ginormous. This is huge. It did come with a little pin. I don't know if you can see all that if I put it the right way, which is a little ogre mouth. And it also came with some paper swag. So there is a little promo book for parties. Let's see if I can do this. There is one sticker, two stickers, and then one art print, two art prints, three art prints, four art prints, and five art prints. So that was very exciting mail today. I got a package at work, which is for this year's Book Week Zard Art workshops, which are online. So I may do some of that this weekend and might vlog it. I don't know if it'll be before or after I finish the books, but I may still just vlog it anyway, just because it's fun. I've also got a whole lot of work to plot out and do for the workshops that I facilitate. I'm facilitating the next one, which is in 2 weeks, but I need to get all the prep work done. I went out for dinner with mum and dad tonight because they've decided to put their house on the market, and mum didn't want to cook in the kitchen, so I said I would shout them dinner, and we went to the pub, which was very delicious. But now I would just like to read. 20% of the way into It Takes Two to Tumble, and it is very much like a Sound of Music retelling. So you have Ben Sedgwick, who is the country vicar, and you also have the captain, Philip. And we find out that Philip is a single father because his wife passed away from scarlet fever, and he's been at sea for the last 2 years. And while he was at sea, he was also sleeping with his lieutenant, who also passed away. So he is a very grumpy, very discipline-oriented man, and suddenly he is back on land. He has 3 children who have been running amok for the last 2 years, driving tutors and guardians completely bonkers. And amidst all of this, just before he returns, Ben has been asked to at least supervise them. And so when Philip gets back to his house, instead of seeing his children waiting for him, he finds them up a cherry tree with Ben. It's a really interesting story so far and very easy to read, and I quite like the characters, and I like that Ben is very, very sunshiny. He is currently planning on marrying one of the local women who he's known his whole life. Her name is Alice, and she is currently very unwell. She's unable to stand or walk on her own anymore, and no one seems to know why. And the most recent doctor has basically said that she's gone crazy and that's why she can't walk. And of course, you know, totally dismissing the fact that there's something wrong because she's a woman. So be aware of that going into it, because that's all the historical romance context sort of stuff. But yeah, it's good so far, so I'm going to keep reading.
When nothing's right, would you hold me tight in the rain? Even as we're having a fight,
Alright, so I just finished It Takes Two to Tumble, and that was a very sweet story. There's always this kind of bittersweetness with these historical romances, because while I don't necessarily need a romance to end in a marriage, you know that it's not going to be an easy path for the 2 main characters, and it's always just, yeah, bittersweet. But they had a gorgeous relationship. But it's really awesome to see how Ben is able to help Philip foster a relationship with these kids that he doesn't know, and they don't trust him and they don't want to do anything about him. And interestingly enough, we find out that one of Philip's sons is dyslexic, and of course we find out later on that Philip himself is also dyslexic. And there were a few clues laid earlier on, and I completely missed them, but it was important. And Philip realized that, you know, he had to actually talk to his kids and let them get to know him as a person. And suddenly this need for rules and discipline, while they're important, they were not the be all and end all. And yeah, I just really liked it. So I am going to finish off some filming notes for tomorrow. I have Pilates at 8 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed, and then I have one more Cat Sebastian book to read sometime this weekend. Oh look, I've been filming, complete with costume changes. Hi. I've just filmed 3 videos: my Books Beside My Bed video, the A to Z of paranormal romance books, which is coming out later this week, and also my members video. So yes, I do have memberships. You can check out the information on my community page. I went to Pilates this morning, and it was nice. There was only 2 of us there plus the instructor, so we had a really nice morning, and I got to do a few more things that I haven't done before. But now I'm very tired and I have a lot of work to do today, so I'm going to pack all this up and I'm going to get straight into all my work stuff, because I need to knock that out today. So hopefully that'll be done by about 5, and I can move on with my life. So stay tuned. So it is 2 o'clock, which actually I'm tracking far better for time now than I thought I would. So between finishing filming and now, I have rewatched a full workshop that was given to the other trainers. So the work that I'm doing is for our Literacy Local Leaders course, which is a statewide initiative where a whole bunch of literacy leaders have been trained as master trainers, and then we facilitate learning for teachers in schools. And so I'm part of a master trainer group of currently 5 master trainers, and we have an intake of about 20 other teachers, both primary and secondary, and we are leading them through a series of 6 workshops across 6 months on most recent best practice literacy instruction that covers reading, writing, speaking and listening, vocab, phonics. Like, we go through a lot, and then it leads into working around how you develop a professional learning and development plan for a school. So like, it's very there's so much great information, and I've been involved in this course either as a participant or a master trainer since 2018. It is my absolute favorite thing I do. It's an extra on top of my job. I don't get paid more to do it, but it is so valuable and so worthwhile. But because we've now moved the course fully online, and we are working around master trainers who do not necessarily live close by, so a lot of my master trainer partners are reasonably rural, or at least an hour or 2 out of Melbourne. So we're doing a lot of this online. So today I am the lead facilitator for workshop 2, which is in 2 weeks time. So I had to go through all of our workshop 2 things. So I redid the training because I actually didn't get to go to the retraining workshop for master trainers this year. It just didn't work out that way. So I've done 3 of the 6 retraining workshops, which is fine because they've recorded them all so I can catch up on them. So that took about an hour and 45 minutes to go through and watch it. I just had it on double speed and was just flicking through. It was mostly just to get the timing of the workshop, which I know if I'm running at double speed, we've actually got the timing allocation, but it was also timing and just, you know, tips and things. So I have a new copy of the whole presentation. There's 3 sets of slide decks here, and I've annotated and worked it out. Then I had to divvy it up because I said I would create a running sheet because some of the other master trainers have had to step up to help facilitate for next workshop. So I have done all that. I've done the running sheet. I've sent it off to one of the facilitators. So I'm going to have 2 co-facilitators for the next workshop. And now I'm exhausted. I think it's time for a break because then I'm going to have to come back and do some video editing. So I think I just need to step away from the computer for like at least half an hour. Hi everyone, it is, what time is it? Oh, 6:45. I am wrapped up in my bathrobe because it's freezing and I've had the heater on for most of the day, so I need to turn it off because electricity bills. But warm fluffy jacket it is. It is my one that has the fluffy hood. So I will not need the heater at all. The next Cat Sebastian book, which happens to be the 3rd book in the series that I started last night, because why would I read things in order? But I don't own the 2nd book and I'm not planning on buying anything for this vlog. Plus, I think the characters in this one are the ones that I'm most interested in anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna read Two Rogues Make a Right, which has one of the characters who we met in the 1st book. He was the other landowner near the captain's, because I've already forgotten his name because today has been a really long day, and one of the brothers of Ben, the hero from the other book. So I'm going to do that. I realized I didn't show you any of the art stuff today, mostly because I didn't do it, I didn't get to it, but I will include clips of those at the end of this video so you can still see what I'm going to be talking about when I talk about book week art. But yeah, I want to get the reading done tonight because I've got a few other things I need to try and read this week, including the next Alona Andrews books for the live show next weekend. Okay, so admittedly this book would probably have made more sense if I had read the 2nd book, but we're just going to go with it. So the book opens and we have Will Sedgwick and we have Sir Martin Eastbrook. It opens with them when they're 13 years old, they're childhood best friends, and Will loves telling stories. And then we jump forward to the present day in the story. This is a historical romance, so it's not present day. Martin wakes up unwell in a place that he doesn't recognize, and Will is beside him looking after him. And Will basically nurses him through days of fever, and we find out that Martin has consumption and that Will has essentially kidnapped him and spirited him away to the country for fresh air and to heal. And then a few chapters in, we see that Martin is starting to get better, and so their conversations begin to become more cognizant and all that sort of stuff. So we're just up to that part. They've got a really interesting relationship dynamic at the moment, so I'm interested to see where it goes.
I'm used to give up 100 times. It's never been worth it, but now there is so much to say. This time it is different. Sometimes I can't understand how it can be so hard to stay out of pain. But with you everything has changed, even though we both stay the same. Would you call me on the midnight train?
I do appreciate that Martin, I think, is demisexual in the series, and also he has chronic illness, so that's why he keeps getting sick. So yeah, it's nice to see more of those characters popping up. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It was so good. I really loved it. So clearly I have finished now, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. And of the 3 books that I've read by Cat Sebastian, this is definitely my favorite. I would be very interested in going back and reading Hartley's book, which is book 2, because this is about the Sedgwick brothers. You know, I'm happy that I read this one because I just love the dynamic between Will and Martin and the complicated nature of their, you know, childhood friends to lovers relationship in, you know, a historical romance setting, and the way that they make it work is just beautiful. So very pleased that I read it. Anyway, I will wrap this vlog up tomorrow. I've got to go and do some more video editing now. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I said I wouldn't end this vlog yesterday when I finished actually reading, but I am going to start doing some of the book week art. I am in the process of making the bed. I've literally just washed the mattress protector, so I'm hoping that I'm going to leave it under the heater, which is why you can probably hear it because it's on really high, under the heater for a couple of hours, and then pop it into the dryer on low heat. Fingers crossed it will be dry before I go to bed tonight, but considering that I go to bed really late because I'm a night owl, I've got lots of hours between now and then. I also have a meeting at 3 o'clock with one of my master trainer partners, so I just want to try and get some fun stuff done this morning. But I thought I would show you the Zard Art goodies that came in the box. So Zard Art is an art store here for schools, but every year they do book week art workshops, and they take all of the shortlisted books for the children from the Children's Book Council, and they come up with activities about them, and then they run some workshops. So I am going to do this today. So this is the box. Let's look at that. So there is a poster. The theme is Dreaming with Eyes Open. That's got all the workshop details and bits and pieces. Every year we get one of these books, and these are all the art and activity ideas for each book, which is amazing. And then for the workshop, we get sent all of these goodies. So I don't even know what the activities are, but we have some string, we have some earth toned paints. You get all the basics that you kind of need. Oh, that's cute. Probably didn't want to send us a giant super tack. That's okay, I had plenty of that at school. Some acrylics, some metallic watercolors, morning tea snacks. Always appreciate that. Oh, paper plate. I don't think that's for the snacks, but you know. Magic clay and tapes. Like we literally get all the tools we need. So this will be one activity. That will be for another one. Oh, tissue paper. Okay. Oh, there's little tea lights. Okay. Then some markers. Oh, there's a white one. Okay, I love these markers, so I'm curious to see how the white one performs. But yes, that looks like that's everything in the box. So I'm going to find out what the activities are, and I will try and film some of it and show you.
You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up. Get on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. You think it's easy, yeah, falling in love, well, maybe for you. I think it's crazy, oh no, but I'll be damned if I'm not a fool. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love.
So heater's still on because now I'm also drying artwork. I have done 2 of the artwork. So the first one is this one, which was a texture print for a book that was about the outback. So this was just paper magic clay and imprinting textures on it and then painting over the top. And the really cool thing about the paper magic clay is you literally just stick it onto the corrugated card and it stays. And then there was this cute little whale that we made, a little faux paper mache whale just out of newspaper and tissue paper, which is really cool and pretty easy. You'll have seen I've started the watercolor, which will then turn into a constellation. So we'll use that gold thread to make a constellation. So I know the Big Dipper is not officially a constellation, it's just, you know, a nickname for part of Ursa Major, but that's what I'm going with just because it was a simple shape. And then the last one that you saw me do, the printing, is for iceberg, and we're going to make little lanterns out of them. So I will show you those when, well, when they dry and I can actually work on them. Admittedly, I haven't done stitching in a while, so that star didn't turn out quite so well, but I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out. So you guys will have seen my lantern, which it was based off a book called Iceberg, which I've actually reviewed on my channel. I got it as a review copy last year, and this lantern is supposed to be like the endless night of Antarctica, and I think it's pretty cool. I mean, if you had a whole class set or even more than that and you had them in a darker space all going, they would look magnificent. That's it from me for this Cat Sebastian reading vlog plus bonus book week art extras. Yeah, I really enjoyed reading Cat Sebastian. I would be interested in reading some more of their books sometime in the future, but you know, I still have to get through everything else that I've got, so I will not be buying any more. But if I happen to stumble across any or receive any, you know, I will definitely pick them up. But yes, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've read any Cat Sebastian books down below in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.